When was the last time you took a leap of faith, trusting that everything is going to work out? Do you crave growth, or are you merely content with the status quo? If you want more out of your life, out of your career, and out of your relationships, you are in the right place. Take the leap and discover how to create a life by design rather than living it by default. Real success starts with you. Now here's your host, Colleen Biggs.
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Take the Leap. I am your host, Colleen Biggs. Today is going to be a massively great podcast episode because we are talking about our favorite subject, earning more money. And we're also going to talk about how you keep more of those profits that you earn. So pay attention. You are going to want to hang out for this one as I talk to my dear friend, Dawn Cermak. But before we get to her, I would first like to say thank you so much to our sponsor, Melissa Deely, with your guided health journey. Did you know that your body speaks to you? It doesn't speak in English. It speaks in symptoms, trying to alert you to the fact that something isn't quite right as it asks you to pay attention and do something different. The problem is we are so busy, we don't pay attention. Instead, we consider the symptoms to be aging or seasonal allergies or genetics. And we keep on going with our daily lives, ignoring the early warning signs. Think about the ways that your body's talking to you lately. Is it aches and pains? Is it headaches, hot flashes, heartburn, digestive issues, or something else? These are not normal. Your guided health journey works with the entire English-speaking world to help you get to the root cause of your symptoms through having your Discover Your Toxic Load and using the power of functional medicine lab tests mailed to your home, which I have done, by the way, and then providing a personalized wellness protocol to guide your body back into balance and literally turn back time. And so you feel amazing again. Getting older is inevitable, but feeling older is your choice. And I'm telling you, it really is. Melissa's amazing. She's been able to help me through so many health challenges, and I feel healthier than I ever have before. So make sure you go and take her Discover Your Toxic Load by going to welcomeyourhealthguidejourney.com/your toxic load. And you can find all of that information now at your fingertips. And we want to thank Melissa so much for being a sponsor of the Take the Leap podcast. I can't highly recommend her enough. I've done her detoxes. I've done the mail-in. Everything that I've needed to know about my body, why I was taking supplements, the best supplements for my body to take, and knowing my numbers. It is so important, especially at my age, now that I'm 50, to know my health numbers on the inside, because I'm not as worried about what I look on the outside, right? It's about how I feel in the inside. And I thought it was aging, like, oh, I just have to put up with hot flashes as I get older. She said, you absolutely do not. I said, please tell me more. So make sure you guys reach out to Melissa Dealer. Her information is at your fingertips. Okay, getting back to the show on earning more money and keeping more profits. Dawn Cermak is amazing. She's an international business success and profit coach. She's been an entrepreneur for 32 years and is currently on businesses 9, 10, and 11. Her first company was a special event design and production company, which she grew, I think she said over to $10 million, sold and then bought back. But I'll let her get into those details in a minute. Dawn has been involved in and leading health and wellness network marketing company for 14 years and is a multiple 7-figure earner. So everybody pay attention to what she has to say when we're talking about earning more and keeping more profits. Dawn's current focus is Hey Taxi, her passion project and business she launched during the pandemic in 2020, where she supports female entrepreneurs who are growing their business online with actionable tools and training to scale their businesses faster. Dawn, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here today.
And for those of you that can't see her, they're listening to this on the podcast. I've said it a million times before. Hop on over to colleenbiggs.net, click on podcast, or hop on over to our Facebook page so you can see the video of Dawn. She has a huge sombrero on right now. And I believe this sombrero has something to do with the retreat you have coming up. Do you want to go ahead and leak that real quick?
I do, because I'm so excited about it. I can't even stand it. I wish my bags would be packed. I'd be leaving tomorrow. That's how excited I am. So we are doing an international business mastermind retreat in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. October 26th to 30th. I'm actually heading down there in just a week to do some recon, to do some super secret recon. I've heard that there's some cute jewelry shops, and I've heard there's just so much amazingness there. But here's why we're going. And here's who we're looking for. We're looking for heart-centered, mission-driven entrepreneurs who want to make a difference. We're looking for women who are ready to scale up massively in 2023. We're looking for women who want to create strategic alliances and partnerships and drive passive income into their business. And it's part of what we're talking about today, right? But I keep saying, there's going to be amazing content, amazing trainings, amazing workshops, but the value of this retreat is going to happen poolside with margaritas. It's going to happen over coffee at breakfast. It's the relationships that are going to be created with the 13 women who are attending. And then there's 3 of us. Colleen's going to be there too. I'm so excited. It's the relationships that are going to catapult your business in 2023. 100%.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you asked me to go and to be part of this, because how many days are we talking? Is it 4 days, 5 days?
5 days. 5 days and 4 nights.
5 days, 4 nights. This incredible mansion. She missed that part. It's an incredible mansion out by the water. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has an infinity pool. It has 15 bedrooms. I don't remember how many bedrooms it has.
10 bedrooms.
10 bedrooms.
Personal chef for our meals.
Yeah. So not just over the top for you to be able to be there and have this amazing opportunity to be in Puerto Vallarta. And now with everything being lifted and not having to have negative COVID tests coming back, I know there's also insurance that Dawn has with the trip. So there really isn't a risk factor here. And this is what I tell so many of my clients, and Dawn has heard me say this before in the LEAP community, which is, if you really want to grow your business, if you are serious about having more profits, about earning more money, about meeting the right people, you can't say no to opportunities like this. And if you are that female that says, well, no, I can't afford it, I can't take 5 days away, then you're not serious about growing your business and you're in the wrong communities, right? So the Hey Taxi community and the LEAP community are not the right communities for you, because we work with women that are actionable, that are looking to grow their businesses, that want to make relationships with other women, that really want to get themselves out there. And of course, in the LEAP community, we all know it's about being seen, being heard, and being visible, because it's the number one rule in business. And if you're not being seen at retreats like this, where people are looking at you as an expert in your industry, then you're a keyboard warrior, you're not going to have any client acquisition. It's just not going to happen. Sometimes you meet the right person that opens up the door to help you meet the other right person, which is the person that gets you the gig. I'm just saying that's how it happens.
100%.
Yeah. It's how it happens. And, for example, I interviewed someone on one of my LinkedIn shows live. And, one of the ladies that I connected with years and years and years ago saw her and hired her immediately. I did an interview the other week with an expert in Keep, and my husband was just on the phone with her this morning because he saw the video. I'm sharing this because people are hiring each other based on what they see that you're able to do. If they can't see you, if they don't hear your expertise, then they're not going to be hiring you. So you need to be able to be visible. That's number one, on earning more money and becoming visible at these types of retreats, and then posting that on your social media feeds and showing everybody. It's key. So Dawn, let's talk about, why are you so passionate when you started Hey Taxi in 2020? What was it about this passion project of yours for you to really empower other women to earn more money? Why are you, because you've been doing this for years. So maybe we should back up and go to your network marketing company for 14 years that you started so many years ago. I think that really is what led you to where you are today. So let's start there.
So I fell into network marketing, literally. I was actually like this. You can't see me. I'm like
no way. I don't want it. Yeah. Out.
Right. It wasn't for me. I was a real entrepreneur of a brick and mortar company. I'd been very successful, had grown the business to 150 employees. We were really well known. We had a great reputation. So network marketing didn't have anything to do with me, but I had sold the company. And I was at a point where, after living out of a vending machine for 12 years and never going to the gym ever, I was at a point where my health, isn't that interesting tie-in, right? My health became a priority for me, and I had time to focus finally. So my sister and I had sold the company and left. And I said, okay. She said, we are going to get healthy and lose weight and get in shape. And I said, right. And she said, right. Go figure out how we're going to do it. I said, I'm on it. So, I'm Googling best fat burning diets of 2007, Oprah's green tea, magic diet, whatever. And somebody said to me, well, what about isogenics? One of my sisters, there's a lot of them. I say my sister a lot, and it's always a different person. I'm the oldest of six. And I said, well, what's isogenics? And she said, I don't know, but my friend Kathy swears by it, called her. So I did. I didn't know. She said, are you ready to get results? I said, yes. And she said, you're self-disciplined. You'll commit. And I said, yes. And you want to do it fast? I said, absolutely. She said, then this is the program for you. I said, great. Send me two. I didn't know how much it cost, what I was getting, how it was going to be done, but I trusted her. I knew her. I trusted her. And so I just jumped in. Well, I did get results, visible results that everybody could see, and everybody was asking me about it. And I just kept saying, oh, call my coach. Call my coach. I had no idea. I had no idea there was an opportunity. Well, then one day she said, do you think you could at least get in and order your own stuff? Because I kept saying, send me two. So I did. I realized there was a massive income opportunity, not only for me to build wealth for myself, but the way that the compensation plan was structured when I finally got in there and studied it, wealth for my entire family. It's a very unique compensation plan. So I thought, well, I can make money for my mom, for my sister, for my kids, like all with my efforts. Well, that's worth a shot, right? So I said, oh, why not? I'll give it a go. And so I did. And I became a master at maximizing the compensation plan. No surprise, right? And grew my business. I have a downline now of, I still have the business. I have a downline of 28,000. And I love the products. I still use them every day. But what happened along the way, two things happened. So I was really happy, making a lot of money, traveling, went to live in Barcelona because I had this business I could do from the Mediterranean and little cafes. Like, it was a good life. Yeah. But I looked around and I realized that there were all these women who had, like me, fallen into the business, literally just fell in love with the products and started sharing them, who had no idea, A, that they owned a business, B, that they had access to massive tax benefits that are available to any female, any entrepreneur, but female entrepreneurs is who I work with. And they because they weren't really embracing that they had a business. This is back up. Hey, Taxi, 4 pillars of profitability: earn more, keep more, access more, and believe more. So I realized that all these women around me were earning money, had no idea they had a business, had no idea about the tax benefits and all of the thousands of dollars they were leaving on the table. And they were out there posting, I'm a CEO, I'm a boss babe, I'm a mompreneur, but they knew they weren't. Mm-hmm. They knew nothing about business, nothing about taxes, nothing about being a CEO. So it caused for them and causes to this day a huge disconnect and fosters imposter syndrome. Mm. Because they know they're not a CEO. They know they're not a boss babe. They know they're not treating their business like a business. They're just out there earning more, great. But all those other things, the belief component that we just talked about, the keeping more, the tax stuff, and a lot of other things that we talk about in Hey Taxi, and the access. You were talking about access. You were talking about those relationships that can be built when you're in a community, access to community. access to vetted resources. So when you hear Colleen interviewing somebody and talking about somebody, chances are she's actually used their services because that's the way she operates. She doesn't just pick and choose people. Like, she meets them, she tries them out, she test drives them for you. This is true. This is true about, it's one of the things I really admire about you, that you work with your clients, you use their products and their services, just like Melissa Dealey that you were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, the sponsor. And so vetted resources, not just resources, vetted resources. There's a big difference. Don't you think, Colleen?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a huge difference. I'm not going to give a third party validation to someone that I don't know, that I don't highly recommend. So third party validation is so important in the process of earning more money. And the only way that you're going to be able to get third party validation is two ways: either a referral of someone that uses your product, or someone that you've partnered with that is a third party validation for you. Right. And that was one of the quickest ways for you to build your company and scale your company, which is what Dawn's talking about. How do you meet these people? So Dawn, how are people in your community when they show up for the first time for something? How are they meeting another person?
Oh my
how are they
God.
collaborating?
Well, so this is one of my favorite parts, and it's something that you do too. You model this, you live and breathe this, and we do too at Hey Taxi. We know our members.
Yeah.
We know what their goals are. We know what their why is. We know what their dreams are. We know what their business is. And so we know how to connect them, not only to other people we know, not only to other people in the community, right? But we know how to talk about them. And so when you come to your first business roundtable networking or speed networking, and we're getting on and we're talking, I'm there and I'm saying live on the round, oh my gosh, you guys need to meet. Oh my gosh, Susie, you need to meet Paula. You have a lot to talk about. I'm telling you, connect and go have your discovery call. I'm telling you right here, Paula, you do this, Susie, you do this. That's why you need to connect, right? So we know our members, and we're able to not only in those speed networkings, in the business roundtable, on the other networking calls, we're able to connect them and then also connect them offline. It happens. I'm connecting people almost every day. People, I'm out because I'm out there just like you, meeting new people, bringing them in for my members to meet. So I'm putting new people in front of my members for them to network with. They're sitting back, they're just coming to the networking, and I'm bringing the new people in for them to meet, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, we all learn differently. And that's what I love about how you have your community set up, is that if you want to learn on a vacation, like a retreat, you can go on a retreat and you can learn that way. And it can be really special. And you can be, the thing about retreats that are awesome is you pull yourself out of your regular environment, you immerse yourself into another environment. This is why I do the sanctuaries every year. You immerse yourself into another environment where there's no disruptions, no disturbances. You don't have your family around. You don't have your regular calendar around. You don't have anything bothering you, and you're fully immersed in what's happening in that moment while you're there. That's one way to learn. And that's something you can do. I actually recommend people do several times a year. It's very, very, very lucrative and valuable for your business. The other way is speed networking. So you can go to networking. You can be in front of other people and meet other people in a breakout room, right? And that's all virtual online. So it doesn't matter where you live in the entire world, you can be part of this community. Another way you learn is a masterclass. So you get to come and learn from other members that are in the group, and they will teach you on a specific subject that has to do with either accessing more, believing more, making more, or keeping more, right? Those are the 4 pillars. So you have so many opportunities for women to not only collaborate, but learn, to build their businesses, to feel good about themselves, and to have fun. Isn't that, a big piece of the pie, is having fun? And I know as you were becoming a multiple 7-figure earner in Isagenix, you helped so many other women along the way. And I believe, Dawn, and knowing you, that's how you fell in love with leading women to become successful in their businesses.
Yeah, I'm an introvert, believe it or not.
No one would ever say that.
I am. Or an ambivert. We'll go with ambivert. Okay. I'm not an extrovert. I don't get energy from being in huge groups of people. I like one-on-one. That's where that fills my cup. Right. And so, yeah, I've helped a lot of women retire from their jobs and live the life of their dreams, and have money to do what they want to do, have their beach house, have their nice car, have all of those things, and have money to make a difference.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, money is great. I'm a fan. But what you do with
it pays for a lifestyle. Yeah,
it pays for a lifestyle. Absolutely. But it also can fund your dreams. It can fund your legacy.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a vision of doing something that's going to make a difference in the world, it's probably going to cost some money.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So create this. My mission is to be a beacon for women, so they believe, have the tools, and have the financial wherewithal to design a life that truly delights them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that financial wherewithal, when you've created those vehicles to fund your legacy, the vehicles to fund your lifestyle, it can also fund some pretty big giving back.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, because we become even more of who we are when we make more money, and service and the expansion of money in your life allows you to function at the fullest expression of creativity, generosity, and productivity, period. Because the more money you make, the more productive you are. Because I don't know anyone who hasn't started a business who, when they're just being productive to what they think is productive, but what they're really being is busy, and they're not acquiring clients. So they're not getting the money that they need to keep it going. They burn out. They exhaust everything they've had, and then they walk away from it. So when you're in a community like Hey Taxi, that's utilizing the 4 pillars and everything they do, you're not failing. You're taking action. You're moving forward. You're investing in learning more. And that's a huge piece. We should never expect anyone to pay us, right, money for what we do if we're not willing to invest in ourselves. And I know Dawn and her co-owner, Jill Nur, they both are very much about investing in what they need to grow their businesses, to get the learning that they desire, to get through blocks that they're experiencing, for health challenges, you name it. They will hire the right people. As like you said, you and your sister were like, call this person. She knows how to lose weight. Okay. What do you got? Send me to. Right? Yeah. 100%. 100% investing in yourself. And what happens when you start creating more money, which we're going to talk about in a minute, what happens is then when you have more income, you can outsource the things that are in your zone of incompetence, or even in your zone of competence, because the more time we just trained on this yesterday, it was phenomenal. We did a phenomenal masterclass yesterday. The more time you spend in your zone of genius, and the more you outsource the things that are in your zone of incompetence, or even in your zone of competence, the more money you will make, period. End of story, period. That's right. Right. So it's called multiplying time, right? If you have hire someone to offsource 10. Now, I can create a newsletter. I had to do it when I started my business. We have all created our own newsletters, done our own social media posts. We've all sent our own emails. We've all done, created our own courses, created our own websites, tweaked them, done what we've had to do. But then you get to a point where all of those tasks become admin tasks, and all of those tasks can now be done by someone else. I met a VA the other day, and she broke it down really in in a cool way. And I want to share this with our listeners and as well with you, Dawn, so you can pass this on to your community, which is if you're not sure how to even get started with a VA or what to offload, write all your tasks down that you do. And she said, put them in buckets, a $10 task, a $50 task, and a $100 task. And I used to do this with my clients back when I worked at the little gym and would work with CEOs and launching businesses. And I would say, I would help them understand. I would help them understand what tasks they need to do.
All of a sudden, I can't hear you.
I don't know what's happening. I'm okay. Sorry, maybe it was your internet. Okay. So I would help them break out their tasks in either, a minimum wage or what a CEO would make, right? Does a CEO make minimum wage or does the CEO make $100 an hour, or whatever that is? So by breaking up those tasks and putting them down, this is a great exercise for all of you to do. You're at the point where you're like, I just can't work any more hours. There's no more I can do to produce because I'm out of hours. We all have 24 hours. How do you think billionaires are able to make what they make in 24 hours when they have the exact 24 hours that you have? And the number one thing everyone always says is, oh, well, they have a team of people working with them. Bingo. Do you think that they created that team overnight? Or do you think that they hired their first person and then the next person and then the next person? So you hire the first person, and the way to figure out how to do that is figure out which tasks you're going to give them to get them started at that $10 task, admin level. And then when you use that 10 or 15 hours a week and start producing more money, then you can start offloading more to that person and hiring your next person. And this is how the ball begins to roll. But it doesn't happen that you go from the bottom of Mount Everest to the top of Mount Everest overnight. That does not happen. There is a process and a journey that happens through that. So stop focusing on, I just want to get to there. Yes, you should be looking at that every day. We all agree with goals. But to earn more money and keep more profits, you need to start with the earning more money. Start with the earning more money. That's the very first step you need to take, which is client acquisition, getting the clients. And if you're not making the exact amount of money you want to make right now, and you need to earn more money, you need to be at this retreat. Hands down. You need to be at the retreat for one, if there's even any spots left by the time this podcast goes live. So if you're watching this live on Facebook, there's very limited spots. They're almost sold out. And they just released this like a week or so ago. So they're almost sold out. If there are any spots left, you need to jump on as soon as possible. All the links are there. We'll drop the links again in the comment. Dawn, you want to talk any more about the retreat and maybe talk about a couple of the breakout sessions that you're planning on having there, but how easy it is to become a member of Hey Taxi. Let's tell them that too. Because how easy is it for someone to be part of your community that's worldwide and essentially they can attend from anywhere because it's online?
Super easy. www.heytaxiacademy.com is the website. Just jump in there, become a tier 1 member. You can do it right now for $1 for the first month, and test drive us. See if Hey Taxi is the vehicle to get your business where it needs to go. Mm-hmm. Seriously, test drive. It's $1. Test drive us. Come in, meet our community, meet the people, come to some speed networking, come to a business roundtable, come to a VIP training. And something I wanted to back up and say is that you were talking about client acquisition. That's very important. But first, before you even do that, there's a few things you need to do. First of all, you actually need to get really clear on what your zone of genius is and take the time to do it. Read The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. That will help you. You need to know what your zone of genius is, because that's the thing that is your unique value proposition. That's the thing that sets you apart, and that will define who your target client is. Because how can you go get clients if you don't know who your target client is and what you offer them, what pain you solve for them, right? So there are some steps, and actually this is one of the things that we're doing at the retreat. We're going to be talking about all of that. We're going to be talking about your core values. Actually, you need to do that before anything, because your core values is what needs to be driving your messaging, your UVP, everything you're doing in your business. Because if your core values aren't present and your business doesn't resonate, then people are going to see it a mile away. if you're trying to follow somebody else's business template and not something that's coming from your heart and your core values, it will show.
That's right.
It will catch up with you. So we're going to do that at the retreat. We're going to do core values. We're going to really get super clear on your UVP, your zone of genius, your ideal client. You'll walk out of there with a complete business plan for either launching a business, because a couple people that are coming are ready to launch new businesses, or scaling up. Because we have a lot of people there that are really some high levels. We have a gal coming who's an advanced tax and wealth strategist. Wouldn't you like to hang out with somebody like that for 5 days? Pick me, right? I'm super excited that she's going to be there. And so the nuts and bolts, those are nuts and bolts. They're important. A business plan is important. It will save you so much headache, heartache, time, and money to have a true business plan and not just be winging it. But what's also going to happen is the magic. Because when you bring those two pieces together, the nuts and bolts and the magic, breaking through what's holding you back, breaking through and accessing the power of your subconscious mind to work for you while you're not working. It's a thing. It's a real thing. I promise you. So those are the kinds of things we're going to be doing, breaking through blocks, figuring out what's holding you back, bringing in some magic, and the real work in 5 days, like focused time. Because how many of you actually have a business plan? Probably not too many of you, is the truth. Because as female entrepreneurs, we actually avoid it. It's got some masculine energy, I think, and it just sounds overwhelming. And a lot of us just don't even have one. So that's one of the things that will get done. And like I said, those relationships that you create. I mean, again, would you like to create a relationship with an advanced tax and wealth strategist? Why not, right? Because when you're making money, there's a lot of things you can do to be keeping so much more of that money than you are right now. I promise you.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dawn, these are all great strategies. And she mentioned already before that you can go sign up to be part of the community at zero risk. I mean, it's $1 for the first month to see if this is the right community for you. And it's heytaxiacademy.com. We're going to be dropping the link for all of the information on the retreat. And it's okay if it's sold out by the time you get to this one. They're going to have a waiting list for Barcelona in the spring. They're going to do Puerto Vallarta again in 2023. So you'll be able to jump on and get to one of these retreats if you missed their first annual retreat that they have coming up in October. I understand that that you may not, have the opportunity to jump on by the time you see this or hear this video or hear the podcast. So, but it's easy to get in their circle at heytaxiacademy.com. Go check them out. Dawn is a phenomenal business leader. If you didn't hear me already say, she's grown companies to $10 million. She's built network marketing, legs in Isogenics for multiple 7-figure earner. She's the one you want to hang out with, right? You want to be around Dawn. She's excited to be around the tax and wealth strategist. And we're all excited just to be around Dawn. Right? Because she's been doing this for 30 some years. And these are the people you want to hang around. Remember, we talk about your network is your net worth. You need to be in the network with the people that have the ideas, that these are the women that are at a really high level that are going to be there for you to tap into free. Because this is a write-off. This is education. This is a conference. You write the entire thing off on your taxes for education. For traveling to something like this.
Yes.
It's a conference. Yeah.
So come a few days early, get a vacation out of it, and still have a business expense. Actually, there's some breakdowns of that we talk about in our Taxes and Tequila course, which is geared for female entrepreneurs to help them keep more of what they earn. And what happens when you come through Taxes and Tequila? I've had women say, I just from what I learned in this last 2 hours, I see that I'm going to save $7,000 on my taxes this year, $8,000, $9,000. And then coming back to me and saying, oh my gosh, because I took Texas and tequila, because I'm maximizing my tax benefits, I access stimulus money that I wouldn't have gotten, another $4,000. I had one woman come back and say, because of that course and doing the things that we talked about there, $19,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the course is $499.
I challenged my CPA this year. My husband and I both did. And I challenged him because of what Hey Taxi has taught me, because taxes was one area that I was weaker in. And what I learned from Dawn and Jill and some of the courses that they had put together in Hey Taxi, I had learned and challenged my CPA. And every time he came back to me and told me what my tax bill was, I challenged him on something else. We got our tax bill cut to 25% of what it started from the very beginning. And it's not cheating the IRS. It's our responsibility to know what we can and cannot write off and to take responsibility of our businesses for keeping more profit. It's our responsibility. That's how you become a CEO. That's how you truly become an entrepreneur, because you're responsible for everything that's happening in your business, not just getting out there and producing a podcast or, showing up to a networking event. You've got, creating a business entity. It's not just that simple. There's so much more that goes into being a true entrepreneur and running a business. So tap into Hey Taxi at heytaxiacademy.com. And I want to remind all of you, again, you're the only you that's ever been. That's what makes you unique, right? You're the only you that will ever be. So this is your journey of earning more money. This is your journey of keeping more profits. If you're not going to pay attention to earning more and keeping more and going to retreats and doing conferences and showing up at masterclasses and networking and doing things that are going to be able to keep you educated to grow to the next level, then you will fail. I'm just going to tell you right now, there are no excuses for that. You either are investing and putting your money where your mouth is, that you want to grow, or you aren't. The choice is yours.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely, Dawn.
So Colleen and I and Julie Jones together have created a huge library of out-of-the-box business solutions for women who want to earn more money. We tackle a different topic each week on Clubhouse. It's a half an hour. And if you don't want to go on and be part of the room, go listen to the replays. We talk about, I think there's 12 episodes already, and each one is a different idea for generating more income in your business from 3 experts. It's all there.
Yep. Yeah. So that's free. You can just go tap into it on Clubhouse and listen at your convenience. You don't even have to show up at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Thursday. But if you want to come in and you want to share your expertise and you want to join the conversation, we'll give you the stage if you show up. So you can go find us on Clubhouse. It's called Raw and Real Conversations, Out of the Box Strategies, right? Raw and Real Conversations. Dawn Cermak, Colleen Biggs, and Julie Jones. Thank you so much, Dawn, for being with us today. That's all the time we have. Ladies, go out there, be you, and be strong this week. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
We hope you enjoyed our show today, as our guests shared their secrets on designing their life by taking the necessary leaps to expand their influence and attract the right people and clients into their lives. To start these easy steps for yourself, be sure to visit www.colleenbiggs.net/freebies to download the 7 ways to increase your exposure today.